Okay, folks, here we are back at our study of beginner's hands from BBO's Bridge Masters BBO. Sorry, we're looking at boards 29 and 30 in this video, at least. This is a fun hand, but it's hard to play it correctly in real life, and you'll see why. Let's counter tricks. We're playing 3 note tricks. We have 1 spade, 2 hearts, that's 3, 1 diamond, that's 4, and 3 clubs is 7. So we need 2 more tricks. And obviously our main chance of getting extra tricks is by the club length, using the club length. And you have 8 clubs. So you should visualize rather easily by now. This is a concept that has appeared in almost all videos. The possible club breaks: 3-2, 4-1, or 5-0. And if they are 3-2, you'll cash the ace and the king and the queen, and nobody will have any clubs left, and you'll win the last 3 clubs. And you will make an over trick. So you'll make 6 clubs, and your 4 honor tricks here, that's 10. And that's why I said it's hard to play this hand correctly in real life, because clubs 3-2 is the most likely distribution, between 65 and 70%, by the way, if you need a number. I don't like giving exact numbers. I don't think they're very realistic, but between 65 and 70% is correct. And that's a very nice bet, right? However, if you cash ace and king and they are shown to be 4-1, then you have no further chances. And conversely, if you plan on winning only 5 club tricks to go with ace, king, ace, ace, that's 9. How does that help you? Well, you prepare for the 4-1 break by losing a trick to it early, while you still have 1 solitary club to get to dummy. Because the main problem here is that dummy doesn't have side entries, so you cannot test clubs by playing ace, king, and queen, and then lose a club and then get to dummy and run the other clubs. You can't do that, so you have to choose if you risk your contract for an over trick or basically guarantee it, because even though clubs 3-2 is between 65 and 70, if you add 4-1 to that, clubs 3-2 or clubs 4-1, you're now closer to 95%. So you'll only lose if clubs are 5-0, and there's nothing you can do about that. So this is a very advanced ducking play. You will lose the first club trick. It goes against the grain, or should go against your grain, I know. But now you're safe because everybody followed suit, meaning they are not 5-0, so they're either 3-2 or 4-1, and your next 3 club honors will deal with any distribution. And of course, here you are rewarded. Clubs were 4-1, and if you had greedily tried to run clubs, you would not be able to do it. So now ace, king, and queen exhausted the opponent's clubs, and you still make 2 tricks here to go with your 7 and reach 9. Now the 3-note trump contract. We have seen a similar hand in an earlier video. Let's counter winners. We have no spades so far, 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 2 clubs. The opening lead apparently gave us 3 clubs, right? We can let it run. If he plays a queen, we'll win the ace, win the jack, and then make the king eventually. If he doesn't play the queen, we'll win the jack. We can win the jack, then win the ace, and then make the king eventually. But there's a trap here. There is a trap. You need 9 tricks, right? And you have only ace, ace, and ace, king, 4. You need 5 more. The obvious chance is diamonds. So you can, there are no entries there. You may recall a similar hand from way back. But you cannot enter there and try your finesse and then enter that again and run your diamonds, unless the king is short. You have 10 diamonds, 7 in dummy and 3 in your hand. So the chances that the king is short are not so small as they were in the other video that dealt with a similar situation. In that other video, you had 5 and 3. Now you have 7 and 3. Okay. So if East has king second, king and a low one, you could like win the first trick with the king, run the queen of diamonds. If everybody followed suit, then the jack of diamonds would capture the king and ace, and you still have a small one to lead to dummy. But what if they are 3-0? Then East will never play the king. He'll force you to win the first two with a in dummy, and the third, only the third, with the ace. And then you will be stuck in your hand with lots of diamond tricks and dummy and no way to get there. So the right way to play these diamonds is to forget about the finesse. Sometimes you'll capture the singleton king. When you have 10, it's not as unlikely as when you have 8. Sometimes you'll capture the singleton king. But if not, you lose a diamond and you still make 6 of them, right? If you lose a diamond, you have 6 left to go with ace, king, and ace. That's 9. And there's one final trap. That is, you should not win this trick cheaply, because if you do, you have no entry to dummy. You should spend your ace rather than the jack, because your plan is to get to dummy with the king of clubs, and you cannot overtake the ace of clubs with the king, but you can overtake the jack. Now you establish your diamonds. Diamonds were 3-0. He will duck, but no problem, because you have carefully preserved an entry to dummy with the king of clubs. Okay, now this is trick number 4, as you can see here. Trick number 5 will be the king of clubs. If you had the ace of clubs, you would be stuck in your hand, and now you can run your diamonds. So we still have time for one last board in this video. 3 no trumps. Let's consider. How many tricks do we have? We have ace, king, queen of clubs. That's 3. We have 4 diamonds. That's 7. We have 1 heart. That's 8. And if they persist with spades, we will have trick number 9 in spades, because we have a short trick in spades if they play spades. Okay, if they play ace and king and a spade, we'll play spades. So what's the big deal here? And we have many opportunities of making more tricks. For instance, clubs, we have 9 of them, 7 in dummy, 2 in our hand, meaning there are only 4 left. So we will almost certainly make all of the clubs. Even if West has 4 to the jack, we play a club to the ace, East shows out, then we get back to hand and try a club finesse. So we will only not make all the clubs if East has the jack 4th. It's a very unlikely chance. So everything looks rosy, but there is some problems lurking, and I think it will be easier to visualize them if we just follow this. This is the key trick. What should we discard? If we discard a heart, which is probably the intuitive discard, then they can switch to a heart, driving out our ace. Right? Right, I know. Well, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. You still have 9 tricks. 4 diamonds, 1 spade, 1 heart, and 3 clubs. Wouldn't be much of a problem. Perhaps in some other hand. But the only card that you should not discard, for sure, is the deuce of diamonds. Because if you discarded the deuce of diamonds, then you would have no entries to your hand. That's the only entry. So you can discard a club or discard a diamond, honor, even. You don't care. You have all 4 in your hand. You can discard a heart too, but you cannot discard the deuce of diamonds. So I would, if I were playing this hand in real life, I would discard it. There's no reason why we should not try to make all the tricks, right? So, but we preserved. See, clubs were 4-0 because he's here to punish us. But no problem. We still have 2 tricks already to go with 4
Yeah,
diamonds.
that's not how that worked. I mean, I'm sure I'm not.
See, we'll see
How major Rita was.
all.
There was no sense
The deuce of diamonds is the key card to be
caused a lot of issues with pay and all that stuff.
saved.
Things he did.
So we'll still make king and queen and ace. Okay, so see you next video. Thank you guys.
I'm